Hello, guys. How are you? Thank you for being here. Welcome to the Royal Secrets. Tonight, the tarot reading will be dedicated to the contemporary history, uh, royal secrets that we are now witnessing, like Prince Mateen and Anisha wedding, and traveling with the Prince Harry and Meghan that continues. As well, on the start, we are going to have a beautiful romantic story about a mystery what happened to Prince Rudolph of Austria and his lover Maria Vetzera. So, on the start, a little bit of historical royal romance, and then we continue to the question of today that you have asked me on the start as well. Guys, don't forget to check up the rest of my stories in Royal Secrets, and justice will be served. We have a lot of stories that they are dedicated to a ghost readings. I don't like to call it a ghost. It's talking with the spirits, with the special machines where we have a frequency connected to the frequency that the spirits of our soul that we want to connect with are registered. So enjoy this one and check up the rest one that I already have done with you. You can try to hashtag in the search tool on YouTube with Gala Travel and Talking with Spirits and find it as well that way. Otherwise, check up all the playlists on my channel, and there will be several celebrity energy reading. There will be celebrity death mysteries, conspiracy theories as well. In some of the celebrities are royals that departed, and this playlist with the royals started a little bit later. The first playlist that was dedicated to all the mysteries of the death or missing people was called Justice Will Be Served. And later on, there must be about 800 videos at least there on the playlist till now. But later on, I continue after the death of Queen Elizabeth. I open a new playlist. I call it album. But here on YouTube is named playlist. So on that playlist is opened as a royal secrets as well celebrity red flag. So you may check up as well that one as well. In some of the royals that they are mixing with the global politics and the World War III that we are deep inside of this, in this crisis that we are now witnessing last few years, starting from SOVID crisis. Uh, some of the royal secrets will be put as well in few other playlists like Stop the War. So welcome to check as well the rest of my playlist and joining to my channel. Please do subscribe and put the alarm bell for the next live streams to join the giveaways, free pendulum readings as well. Discounts during the live stream. You can with your PayPal donation have a discount for the reading. Otherwise, there is a full price in private reading that you prefer, and it's in description about me a long list of different type of readings. What I'm going to do in this story about historical story about Meyerling incident that happened in Meyerling, a beautiful place where was Prince Rudolph of Austria found dead together with his lover Maria Vetzera. So there is a conspiracy theory around this story. If you never heard of Prince Rudolph, I'm going to give you intro, don't forget, but let's explain why I'm going to do it right now. Because we are at the start of the World War III. If we are not still in the World War III, because some of the experts and prophecy saying it started with that lockdown. And otherwise, any world war starts with some certain scandal, and there is a years before going deep inside of the war where the powerful emperors or powerful politicians, they emerge in situation to influence building up the club or alliance or political bloc that will be a part of initiation of the future global war. So that's referred to the Prince Rudolph, that there is a saying that Prince Rudolph was really against any kind of the war state, um, so opposite from the character of his father. And um, if he was to be still living the later years that started the First World War, uh, there is a saying that he would be the one that would go against, and maybe the global war wouldn't happen. But then there is other angle of explanation and wondering, and conspiracy theories start there. If he was found that so-called um, with the suicide note, even suicide note of his lover Maria Vetzera, if they were both found, and the fact is that what happened in that room where Prince Rudolph and Maria Vetzera were, nobody didn't know. Everybody was surprised with that statement that um, um, Prince, future to be Emperor of Austria, uh, had a suicide decision. But if that what happened inside of the room was maybe just arranged to look like a suicide, because there were political streams so strong at this hour, that is hour of emerging into the First World War, before First World War, and there were political streams around Emperor of Austria, and they didn't like that the future to be Emperor, Prince Rudolph, was against the war profiteers. So think about this. Maybe they just eliminated that. Maybe they just, eliminated him. So here it is. That's why this mystery around Marling incident. And it's very strange because when you Google it, it's happening. I rather call it a scandal because, again, to pronounce one prince with the suicide act against the against the government official religion, any suicide act is forbidden. So I would rather call it a scandal as well, because was a specific ceremony later on that they were forbidden ceremony for the people they depart in this way from a planet Earth with the suicide. Again, I'm just going to put it as a quote because we are not certain what really happened there. And my intuition is taking me there to do this story together with you. And of course, I have put a lot of protection here. I have my my obsidian protection. Sorry, I'm looking reverse towards the screen. And as well, we are going to start up using the ghost box later. Uh, First, I'm going to give you a description about Prince Rudolph and Maria Vetzera, and I'm going to touch a little bit of his pastime because this was not his first lover. And by the way, he already was married as well officially, just to listen to parents, right? But and he was a father of a child. But on the other side, he was desperately in love. In the first time he tried to do the suicide with the first lover, and we are going to touch the name of that person as well. And here it is, the last one, Maria Vetzera, that was so romantically in love in the future emperor, and that turned to this fatal the end of her life and life of the prince. That takes us to a story of Meyerling. The location is Meyerling. If you Google this beautiful estate, that was a residence lodge of Meyerling, was a beautiful residence of the Austrian royals, and Crown Prince Rudolph and his lover Baroness Maria Vetzera were found there on 30th of January 1889. Rudolph at that time was married to Princess Stephanie of Belgium, was the only son of Emperor Franz Joseph and Empress Elizabeth, and was the heir apparent to the throne of Austro-Hungary. So 2 in 1, Austro-Hungarian emperor. At this hour, Rudolph, mistress, known as the daughter of Albin von Vetzera, a diplomat of Austrian court, she was at the age of 17, and Prince Rudolph was at the age of 30 when they were found in Vienna woods in a place called Meyerling, hunting a lodge of the Austrian royals. It's about 16 miles, or rather to tell in kilometers, about 26.5 kilometers southwest from the capital of Vienna. And when they were found dead the morning of 30th of January 1889, as Rudolph had no son, the history was immediately changed with this act and finding him dead, because the succession passed to the Franz Joseph brother, Archduke Karl Ludwig, and his eldest son, Franz Ferdinand. And his eldest son, Franz Ferdinand, will be the one that will have an accident in Sarajevo, in Bosnia, and that at that period will belonging to Austria-Hungary, and future to be Yugoslavia, and now these days Bosnia and Herzegovina. And this action that will happen during the intro to a First World War could this ever been avoided, entering into the First Global War, if Crown Prince Rudolph was alive later on the start of the century. I'm going to show you the guys again. If you want to see some pictures, you can use the Meyerling incident on the search tool in Wikipedia to see. There is a little illustration of Emperor Franz Joseph and Empress Elizabeth, the parents of Rudolph, grieving over their son bed in Meyerling. So you may check this. As well, you may check the photos of Rudolph and photos of Maria Vetzera, just to connect to their energy. As well, there is a photo of the suicide note, a letter of Maria Vetzera, and something is telling me that this was arranged. So I'm going there as well. Later on, we are going to use the ghost box. Let me prepare the ghost box for you. And in intro, I could explain as well a little bit of their love story as well. The days before the last day of um, Prince Rudolph and Maria Vetzera. So if they were found furtive on January on 29 January 1889, Frank Joseph and Elizabeth, the parents of Rudolph, gave a family dinner party before leaving for Budapest, future in Hungary, on 31st. Rudolph excused himself, claiming to be indisposed. He had arranged for a day shooting in Marling, hunting lunch, day shooting, preparing to be alone with his lover, on the morning of 30th. But when his valet Loschik went to call him, there was no answer. So Joseph Hoyos, the Archduke hunting companion, joined him with no response. So here it is. His friends and his valet, butler, however you're going to call it, they were joining the furtive. But whatever happened the hours or that early morning and night before, nobody was a witness of what happened that same night, 29th of January, in between night and morning of 30th. Nobody was witnessing what happened to Rudolph and Maria Vetzera. As well, the doors were locked, so they tried to force the door, and they couldn't. Finally, Loschik smashed in the door panel with a hammer so that he could put his hands through the other side and open the door. He found the room shuttered and half dark. Rudolph was found sitting motionless by the side of the bed and bleeding through the mouth. On the bedside table stood a glass and a mirror. Without closer examination in the poor light, Loschik assumed that the crown prince had drunk poison from the glass, since he knew strychnine causes the bleeding. On the bed lay the body of Maria Freinan von Vetzera. A rigor mortis had already set in. So they were already dead, and they were found in this position. Hoyos did not look any closer, but rushed to the station and took a special train to Vienna. He hurried to the Emperor Adjutant General Parr and requested that he break the news to his father Emperor. The protocol that characterized every movement in the Hofburg controlled the notification process. Parr protested that only the Empress could break such a catastrophic news to the Emperor. So all these people, they were afraid of reaction of Emperor, and they wanted to tell first to the Emperor, to the mother, and that she could literally approach the father of Rudolph, Prince Rudolph, and tell this sad news. I'm just wondering, did they really have sensibility for Emperor, or they were afraid? Rather, they were afraid of reaction because the Emperor, they were afraid of reaction why Prince Rudolph was left alone, unattended with the companion of him. The people that could take care of his security. Controller of the Empress household has summoned. He, in turn, Parr, sent for Ida Ferenczi, Empress Elizabeth's favorite Hungarian lady in waiting. So you see, they go from one to another person because every of the royals they have assistant. They try to approach the assistant first, not directly talking to parents of Prince Rudolph, and the time is passing. As well, this Empress favorite lady was supposed to decide how, in which form to inform as well the Empress. Elizabeth at that hour was having a Greek lesson, as was impatient at the interruption. Her lips white, Ferenczi announced that Baron Nopsha had urgent news. Elizabeth replied that Nopsha must wait and come a little bit later. The Countess insisted that Nopsha must be received immediately. Finally, edited that there was grave news about the Crown Prince. In a diary of Empress Elizabeth, it will be Ida Ferenczi, that favorite lady, company of Empress. It will be her name as the person that was bringing this news to Emperor, to Empress and Emperor. Ida Ferenczi entered the room to find Elizabeth distraught and weeping uncontrollably. Emperor appeared outside her apartment and was forced to wait there with Nopsha, who was controlling himself only with a great effort. The Empress broke the news to her husband in private. The Minister for Police was summoned, and the National Security Service sealed off the Imperial Hunting Lodge in Meierling and all the surrounding area. So, as even now, this modern time, contemporary time, it would be considered scandalous to find some royal or political person doing the suicide. It's something that is a taboo still these days. And imagine this is happening in 1889. So what they figure out the strategy of the people that the days after the death of these lovers, they try to cover up and to have a blockage of information and pack it a little bit different. So our first official version was that there was a heart attack, and that was really dropped. The heart failure version was amended, and it was announced that the Crown Prince had first shot the Baroness in a suicide pact and sat by her body for several hours before shooting himself. Rudolph Emperor were known to have recently had a violent argument with Franz Joseph, Emperor, demanding that his son Rudolph end this love connection with teenager mistress. Their death was tragic result of desperate decision of lovers taken while the balance of Archduke mind was disturbed. The police closed their investigation with surprising haste in apparent response to the emperor's wishes. The days after, again, the tension continues because the reaction of church on this event and act, of course, we know what would be the reaction of any church. And Emperor did everything in power to get the church blessing for Rudolph's burial in imperial crypt. This would have been impossible had the Crown Prince deliberately committed murder and suicide. The Vatican issued a special dispensation declaring that Rudolf had been in a state of mental imbalance and he now lies with 137 other Habsburgs in the Church of Capuchin in Vienna. However, Rudolf had requested in his farewell note to his mother that he should be buried next to Maria Vetzera in Aland. Elizabeth was haunted by this idea and visited the Capuchin crypt, hoping that Rudolph's spirit would visit her and communicate his wishes. The dossier on the investigation related actions were not deposited in the state archives as they would typically have been. The story that Rudolf had violently quarreled with the emperor over his relationship with Maria Vetzera may have been spread by agents of Germany, Chancellor Otto von Bismarck, who had little love for the political liberal Rudolf. It was certainly doubted by many of Rudolph's close relatives who knew the Chancellor personally. Allegation of a double murder masked as a murder-suicide have also been made in series of interviews with the tabloid newspaper Kronen Zeitung. The Empress Zita, who was not born until 3 years after the incident, expressed her belief that the death of a Crown Prince Rudolph of Austria and his mistress were not a double suicide, but rather a murder by French agents sent by George Clemenceau. So I'm going to ask a few questions addressing to the spirits. Okay, this is not burning. Is there a German connection to this act? Is there a French? Or was that just a choice of Rudolph and the lover? Dear spirits, please connect with us and please give us the story of the last hour of Prince Rudolph of Austria and Maria Vetzera, his lover, in Meierling Lodge. As well, I'm going to open parallel. Sorry, guys, I'm going to open parallel the ghost box. Dear spirits, can you connect us to a spirit of Prince Rudolph of Austria and Maria Vetzera and describe us a Meierling incident, the last night of Prince Rudolph and Maria Vetzera? Did they die? Did they die naturally by their own hands? Was it a suicide act of Rudolph? And did Maria agree to this? So this was not the first time, guys. This was first card. On and off, this guy was having, Prince Rudolph was having, on and off, he was having ideas of darkness with the previous lover, where there is a knowledge that he left amount of the money. When he fell in love with Maria Vetzera, he left the first lover that was getting. Who is confused? Bravo. Thank you, dear spirits. Is it Prince Rudolph? We're trying to connect to a Prince Rudolph. If you can address us on English, please. Prince Rudolph was confused. Is that you, Prince Rudolph? Can you say yes or no? So on and off, this guy was having idea of a suicide. And with the first lover that I start to talk, with the first lover, he wanted to do suicide. And a first lover rejected that idea. The lover that got a big amount of the money left to her. And 1 second, I'm trying, just 1 second, guys, not to make a mistake. I'm trying to find the letters addressing a letter, suicide note of Rudolph, and as well Maria Vetzera suicide note. Here it is. So somehow just the spirit said confusion. This was not the first time. Pardon? Can you tell me, dear spirits, you're here to tell us the story of Prince Rudolph and Maria Vetzera. Was that a suicide arranged of you, Prince Rudolph? This is not definitely a first time, but I see that somebody rejected in the past time. The first lover rejected to join him on that suicide path. So let's see. Was Prince Rudolph and Maria Vetzera, were they killed? Dear spirits, was Prince Rudolph killed? The answer, yes, popping out Ace of Cups. Yes, because he was rejecting his father note, and the day before there was obviously the judgment of surrounding and people around the. Yes, it's pathetic because of the politics of the court and advisors to emperor. You were pushed, Prince Rudolph, to leave. You were blackmailed. You got ultimatum that you had to leave Maria Vetzera. I see the decision. Rudolph rejected advice of emperor to leave her. He was brave enough. He was asked to finish the relationship, but he rejected that idea. And yes, he was removed. Again, I'm going to ask, was he removed? Wow. Yes, he was removed. It was not organized by his hands. It was not organized by his parents. Look at, guys, somebody was paid to do this job. Do you see? 1 second. So Mitzi Kasper was ex-lover as well. Mitzi Kasper was the one that was witnessing the Rudolph dark thoughts, and she refused the Rudolph to do the suicide act together. That was his first lover as well. At that period, it was said that he caught up a syphilis with Mitzi Kasper, the previous lover, before he met Maria Vetzera, and he felt guilty that he will, in fact, now his wife, because he was already having a wife at home. And idea to do the suicide, like what kind of mental state is like solution? Let's do suicide because as well we cannot be together. As well, I'm going to be embarrassed if I stay alive because if I give this illness to my wife, all the court will know what's happening. Really, really complicated. But Mitzi Kaspar was a strong spirit, and she rejected uh, to be a part of this double suicide idea. Again, I'm going to address to a spirits a new question. Let me use another tarot deck. If this person was paid to execute him, was it a was French agent sent? Who is this person? French agent? Was it a German agent sent to execute Prince Rudolph? Was it an Austrian agent that was sent to execute Rudolph? Definitely somebody was paid. Somebody was paid. Again. Was it somebody from the Austrian court that was sent? There is evidence for that. Wow, wow. Be careful. Thank you, dear spirits. I shouldn't say this. The spirits warn me to be careful what I'm talking. So there is an evidence, definitely. There is official evidence. There is official evidence who was paid, that was organized. Again, guys, wow, the spirit is here with me. Thank you, dear spirits. Wow, I literally felt now the chill. Thank you, dear spirits. Prince Rudolph just addressed was to be careful, exposing these secrets. There is definitely official evidence document, official, of a person that was paid, arranged to remove Rudolph and Maria Vetzera. So was that the cousin, on the lineage of cousin? Because I see somebody who is very close to I see somebody who is a close to close cousin. Is that the cousin? Yes, a family member. And remember who will be the next one. Just we don't need the, okay, as spirit asked me to be careful, I'm not going to pronounce the name of that person. Just think who was the next in a line, because again, the only son and only child of emperor at that period was Rudolph, and the next in line would be the cousin, son of emperor brother, and the story goes there. Huh. Did that organize the brother of the emperor? Yes, the family member. Two different tarot decks are telling me this. So it's not from the enemy, but enemies inside of our family. Is there a proverb in any language like watch out from the enemy among your friends? The worst enemy is among your friends and not from the other side. Like we started with the first question addressing to a French agents, to a German agent, but the answer was no, 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 no. But when I pop up the question, was that somebody run from Austrian court, immediately the cards were popping out. Sister? 1 second. Let me just check who is there with the sister. The name of the sister? from the sister side. Wait a second. 1 second. So, Franz Ferdinand nephew, after 1 second. Franz Ferdinand was the one who was later on the eldest son of Emperor brother Karl Ludwig. He became the one who will be assassinated in 1914, and that will be the start of the First World War. Can you explain me, sister, the name of the sister? What are you talking about, spirit? So, I understood. Wait a second. You think about Zita. She was born 3 years later after incident, but there was her statement that the death of Crown Prince Rudolph and his mistress was not a double suicide, but rather a murder by French agents sent by George Clemenceau. Is that what you are trying to say? Was that a statement? Dear spirits? Not. Please, can you clear the answer? Because definitely it's she was not involved, she was not even born, but her statement, you're taking me, the spirit is taking me to a statement of hers, officially statement that she was certain that that was not a double suicide. Do you want to say, spirits, that what Zita said, that the French agents were responsible for Rudolph's death? Yes or no? Is it French agents? Dear spirits? Is that the answer? So, the family member organized the third party page. Third party. Was that exactly somebody from the family of the brother, Emperor brother, Karl Ludwig? You're stuck. Dear spirits, please, dear spirits, ask for help of divine energy and angels to assist you. There is a betrayal in the family. This was the last card here. Sorry, guys. The ghost box interrupted me. So here it is. As you see, the conspiracy answer inside of the family, the traitor is inside of the family, organize the betrayal inside of the family. That's how I see it here. So was it organized from the Emperor brother Karl Ludwig? Wow, look at, it's a female again. Is that, it's interesting. Who is that female? Can you explain these, spirits? Was it organized by the Karl Ludwig wife? Was that organized by the Karl Ludwig wife? Is there the proof, physical proof, who was paid? Is there the proof? Is there some kind of a diary of a female, of a royal female? Is there some kind of a diary proof of a royal female of the fact who was organizing this arranged suicide, murder, rather to call murder. Yes, definitely. Look at, guys, definitely it's manipulation of the person that was close to the emperor. Somehow it's still like a royal secret. You see, guys? It's still a royal secret here. Pardon? Julia, who is Julia? Name of Julia here. Suppressed. So, the death of Rudolph, aftermath of the situation, I'm reading the story. The death of Rudolph caused a dynastic crisis, as Rudolph was the only son of Franz Joseph. The emperor brother Karl Ludwig became heir presumptive to Austria-Hungary. He renounced his succession right a few days later in favor of his oldest son, Franz Ferdinand. After Franz Ferdinand's assassin, 1914, his nephew, Karl Ludwig's grandson, Karl, became the heir presumptive. Karl would ultimately succeed his great-uncle as Emperor Karl in 1916. So, pardon? Guide. 1 second. So, not Julia, July. Look it. So, July 2020, 15. That was the spirit was taken into a July. Documents that they were exposed. July 2015. Austrian National Library issued a copy of Maria Vetzera letters. Farewell to her mother and family members. These letters, previously believed to be lost or destroyed, were found in a safe deposit box in Austria Bank. And there was said, "Dear mother, forgive me for what I have done. I could not resist love. In accordance with him, I want to be buried next to him in the cemetery of our land. I'm happier in death than life." Is that really her thing? Can you tell me? Can you repeat, dear spirit? I don't understand. So I'm going to address again. Was it a real letter of Maria Vetzera? Who said that is Maria Vetzera writing? Huh. No, it was too late. Somebody arranged this. So, is that a real Maria Vetzera letter? Is that Maria Vetzera letter? No, she already left. There was a letter that was written later on when she already was dead. Okay, you confirm this. Great. So yes, it's manipulation. So the letter of Maria Vetzera, it's not true. It's not true, that letter that was 2015. Found, exposed to public. So another theories. Let's see other theories here. Theories about that he was having that mental state already. No, we are not going to go there. I already explained why. Pardon? You want me to go where? You want me to read the story about your mental health? The theory goes there that Rudolph is guilty by his own mental struggle from abuse during his childhood, culminated in the suicide pact, plus mixing with that thing that he got as well, syphilis, with Mitzi Casper, prominent courtesan. So let's blame the physical physical illness. Is it true, Spirit? Should we blame just Prince Rudolph for his state? As well, there is a story that Maria Vetzera was 3 months pregnant with Prince Rudolph's child. And Rudolph arranged abortion for Maria, and she died in that process. And then he committed a suicide. So, what do you think, spirits, about this? Let me ask with another tarot deck. Was in fact in Marling arranged the abortion of Maria Vetzera? Was Maria Vetzera pregnant? There was a baby, really? But was there abortion? No, it was just a third party arriving there to kill her. So I'm going to ask, was the target? I'm going to ask the spirits. Maria Vetzera was, again with another tarot deck, let's repeat. Was Maria Vetzera pregnant? That's why was it fight? Yes, and there was idea of Emperor, the father of Rudolph, that he has to cancel. So it's not just about lover. He was having the lovers before, and he had this connection with her for a while. It was, in fact, the fight around having a child with her, and that judgment of the surrounding was, it's a card here. I'm not going. So, dear spirits, can you tell me did they just kill Maria? There is definitely a third party. There is definitely execution and a third party situation. So, 1 second. Was Maria Vetzera ready to have? 1 second. Look, yes, first card there. Look, definitely. It was about her health state. That gathering was not romantic, was not pre-planned suicide. It was a gathering around her pregnancy. Yeah. Yes. So she was supposed to be a mother of your child. 1 second. Did your mother send a doctor to arrange abortion of Maria Vetzera? Sorry, I don't like to pronounce these words here. Definitely there was a third party involved. Did Maria Vetzera agree to have abortion? It seems like she was pushed. She rejected the idea, but as well she was pushed from officials. So in Marling was literally Maria Vetzera pushed to do abortion. There is definitely secrets that we are not aware. Again, the card of suppressing the secrets and not telling the truth about her pregnancy. Did Maria Vetzera died from abortion? Yes. We are trying to connect to Prince Rudolph of Austria and Maria Vetzera, his lover. So, yes, definitely. There were people who were sent from a court to arrange that to finish the pregnancy. And Maria Vetzera, after Maria Vetzera was found dead, complication in this act, Rudolph really done his own suicide? Sorry, guys, that was. It's there behind. I have to do it later. Sorry, guys. My copper cup. Yes, the card is yes. It's that here. So it's really confusing, but as suddenly Maria Vetzera that night was dead, first to be found dead by Prince Rudolph, blessing to the spirits of Rudolph, blessing to the spirits of Maria Vetzera. You don't have any more suffering of this kind. And Rudolph just wanted to depart the planet Earth as well. So again, the last question was Prince Rudolph. Did Prince Rudolph kill himself? Just he wanted to join his lover. That's the last one here. So, was he killed by other person? No, there was things that was happening on his mind even before, like with Mitzi Casper, with the previous lover guys, where there was that pressure of unsolved situation, and the only solution with his mental confusion that the spirit said on the start, the first word was confusion of Prince Rudolph, and with that confusion towards his really being struggling with his mental health and the situation that he was at that moment with the lover. First he's married, then he's a crown prince, then he's having a pregnancy with the lover, unwanted pregnancy by the royals, by his parents, and pushed to eliminate this love, pushed to eliminate the fruit of his love. So my question was Maria Vetzera killed on a purpose? Was Maria Vetzera killed on a purpose that night? Yes. It started with abortion, but really turned to yes, we have to eliminate her to delete her from a life of our prince. That was a final idea here. So it's not execution of Rudolph was trying to eliminate pregnancy and plus the lover in one. Like, not nice to say, two birds in one with that same night and same act. But nobody expected that this would be a reaction of Rudolph. So, yes, it's true that there was a pregnancy involved. And the story goes around the pressure of Emperor, previous night fight, everything was going around, but not lover, but the pregnancy with this lover. Because all these royals, they were having always some kind of courtesan, lover, before marriage or during the marriage. So this was not something unusual. The unusual was, and of course, the judgment of surrounding would be to have a child with a lover. So, dear spirits, thank you for being with us. Please rest in peace. Embrace divine energy and angel support, Prince Rudolph and Maria Vetzera. Amen. I'm going to, for a second, guys, I'm going to make a short version. A second, let me put a short version. A second. Let's make a nice story about them. Prince Rudolph of Austria, deaf, and Maria Vetzera, his lover. The story goes around, in fact, around her being pregnant, 3 months pregnant, and eventually the royal family has found out this, and the dispute goes around this. So this was not romantic arranged suicide. This was him being pushed to arrange Maria Vetzera and Marilyn to have abortion, and it was arranged eventually to not just abort the baby, but eliminate her as well. And when she was found dead, he was really so desperate that he wanted to join her. So much about the Prince Rudolph of Austria and Maria Vetzera. So, a second, guys. Prince Rudolph of Austria, deaf, and Maria Vetzera, his lover. The story goes around, in fact, around her being pregnant, 3 months pregnant, and eventually the royal family has found out this, and the dispute goes around this. So this was not romantic arranged suicide. This was him being pushed to arrange Maria Vetzera and Marilyn to have abortion, and it was arranged eventually to not just abort the baby, but eliminate her
the great
as well.
word
And
incident.
when she was found dead, he was really so desperate that he wanted to join her. So much about the Prince Rudolph of Austria and Maria Vetzera. Prince Rudolph of Austria, deaf. So here it is. Marling. I'm going to hashtag Marling as well. Marling. Guys, stay tuned. We are going to talk now about the modern contemporary royal secrets that we are having right now. Okay. Sad story when people in love they're blackmailed by politics, by parents, or politics, or finance, or all of this together. I hope that the spirits of Maria Vetzera and Prince Rudolph are resting in peace, and the baby in this relationship, her spirit is resting as well. So, the clue of Marling incident was that baby pregnancy. And there is an evidence about this. So this was the first story. It was really confusion, like Ghost Box on the Stars said. Yes, it's confusing. Oh, that's my Frida. It's drinking water. Frida? Vieni, Frida. Vieni. Dove come on? Vieni, Frida. Ella. Ella, Ella. Now she doesn't. You see, guys? Tiny little one. Princess Frida. Joining the royal secrets. Isn't it, Frida? So 1 hour we spent talking about Marling incident and Prince Rudolph, and now we are going to talk about your modern questions that you asked me to do the reading about a little bit of the Prince Mateen and Prince Harry as usual. So let me just hashtag this separate Prince. Your question for a while is, will Prince Harry return? So let's name a prediction about Prince Harry. Just to put the time frame. Dear spirits, will Prince Harry return to? At the moment, still on hold, but will Prince Harry return in future? There is definitely, even if he had walked away, there is a codependency. Still, there are ties behind the scene, and the ties and whatever is on a hold, there will be some moment, a right decision to return. Definitely, he feel really childish and sorry. Definitely, this guy will not tell, but at the end of the day, he really feels sorry. That he rejected the title and rejected to be in UK. Again, the way he feels sorry, it's like a selfish child, immature just for his own personal interest, but not as empathic or patriot in this case at this moment. Will in the future, he definitely feels sorry, but like a childish game it was, he was not aware how this will be difficult for him and for the surrounding. Definitely he was not even thinking about how this will reflect on everybody. So he thought that he was really surprised with the reaction of his father. That's how Prince Harry reflecting, always about father, now King Charles. At the bottom is again King Charles. Will he return connected to a King Charles decision? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Look at guys. Definitely there will be issue with the help of King Charles. But will he return to have a function as a royal? 1 second. There will be really a second second chance for him. I see illness or not. I'm not going to name other thing. Illness that could turn to really bad. And because of that, illness in a royal family back in UK, and because of this issue, he's going to be called to return. And yes, look at 2 cards confirming taking an action and showing up in UK finally. So till now, I'm going to stop there. I'm not going deeper. I'm not going to talk about his wife. A lot of darkness in tonight's readings, so I'm going to stop here with this prediction about change in British royal family. So let's go with the last question. Last question will be about the happiest one, about Prince Mateen, Prince of Brunei. So now is January 27, so this month was arranged the wedding of Prince Mateen. This is he's 29, so they knew each other from a childhood. One second, let me open some nice prints. Abdul Mateen and Anisha Roshna Izakalebik. Prince Mateen is famous as the one that is in a royal family having social media and having many fans following him. So let's see. Prince Mateen explained. Prince Mateen. Oh, 1 second, I lost. I want to have their images. 1 second, guys. I deleted. Prince Mateen and Anisha. I need an image just to connect to hours of Mateen and Anisha. Oh, here it is. A lot of images. I lost that page. Pardon me. So, Prince Abdul Mateen of Brunei, favorite of the public, Prince of Brunei. And his father has many children. This is a Muslim country, by the way. And he was the most wanted bachelor in Southeast Asia. So Prince Abdul Mateen knew Anisha from a childhood. Again, her grandfather was Sultan advisor. So 1 second. It seems like in the past they had a connection, but then this is like a second chance. He walked away from this. He was preferring in one phase in his life, trying to postpone his marriage, but seems like he was trying to walk away, but then he revisited. Like he couldn't escape arranged marriage. That's how I see it. 1 second. Will Prince Mateen will be true in love with Anisha? First of all, he was in the past holding on the emotions, still fighting for his freedom in the past time, but this relationship will be a really successful and happy one. It's like now I'm mature to have a marriage and I'm revisiting and I can manifest to be a serious one, responsible for me and my family. Is Prince Mateen going to take care of his wife? Is Prince Mateen going to take care of Anisha? Yes. Again, I see baby coming. I see like a baby coming very soon. Interesting. Why not? Interesting is that I'm getting 666. Wow, it seems like a sealed relationship, like there are twin flames from previous life. And how much he tried to play with this in this life circle like a playable and to go back, and now he's returning back to her, like he couldn't escape to start up the marriage with this lady. It's not about being arranged from the earth parents, it's like arranged from divine energy that was sealed before they were born. Interesting. So a spicy question that you sent me will, because this is a Muslim country, and like his father was having so many children from different wives, the question of today, a little bit paparazzo question. I guess I again, this, you asked me to do this again, guys. This is a free tarot reading prediction, and it's for entertainment purpose. I hope that princess will not get hurt with this information and whatever the tarot is saying. Again, at the end of the day, this is for entertainment purpose. So, will Prince Mateen has only one wife? Will Prince Mateen have only Anisha as a wife? Will Prince Mateen have more wife than just one? Wow. So there is a lot of surprise here. He's famous as a playboy, and somehow like parents are pushing him to suppress this, like literally to leave. He's trying to leave this behavior for the sake of the family, to leave this playboy energy. But there will be evidence of him being a playboy again. Will Prince Mateen will be a playboy during the marriage as well? There is a kind of addiction that he cannot control, but as well, wow, wow, wow. Will there be a pregnancy? Is there a pregnancy outside of marriage? Is Prince Mateen having a pregnancy with some other lover? There were the things that they were rejected in this society. Again, it's a Muslim country, guys. Don't forget that they can be really brutal if there is a pregnancy before marriage. And unfortunately, as this is still a modern patriarchat um, society, the only person that will be punished is a female. So if a female is found pregnant, they're the one that they get punished in Muslim society. So whatever was happening in the past with his lover, like they had to be canceled. And yes, there were some things that they were happening, and suppressed news as well, very well kept secret, that he in the past has to eliminate this playboy love style, and again the facts about this. But it seems like he was really struggling. It turned to addiction, and he was pushed to stop this everything because of the judgment of community. Will there be a leakage of information of the secrets of Prince Mateen? Like it's a well kept secret at the moment, with the four of pentacle turning to a five of pentacle, and death of the labor character lifestyle. Um, he is blackmailed with this financial codependency to represent himself as a serious married guy at this hour. But in a year from now, we are going to hear about some woman talking about him. Let me just do the short version. Prince Mateen of Brunei has to cancel his playboy lifestyle. It's turned to addiction for too long, and he was pushed from a family to return to his childhood friend. And this will be a happy marriage. They will like literally have a sale deal like a twin flames from a previous life. So good luck to Prince Mateen and Anisha. Prince Mateen of Brunei has to cancel his playboy lifestyle. It's turned to addiction for too long, and he was pushed from a family to return to his childhood friend. And this will be a happy marriage. Uh, they will like literally have a sale deal like a twin flames from a previous life. So good luck to Prince Mateen and Anish. Prince Mateen of Brunei has to cancel his playboy lifestyle. It's turned to addiction for too long, and he was pushed from a family to return to his childhood friend. And this will be a happy marriage. Uh, they will like literally have a sale deal like a twin flames from a previous life. Now let's do the short version of this. It will download it on TikTok, and later on I'm going to download as well the short version on YouTube. So you may check the TikTok, Gala Travelog, TikTok, Instagram as well. Here is the same name, YouTube, and don't forget to subscribe, guys, to my channel, and put a alarm bell on TikTok and here. And as well, welcome to bring your friends to join and help me reach the number on TikTok. Needed the number 1,000 to start there at the live stream. So today there were the free stories of historical mystery of Prince Rudolph of Austria, accident with Maria Vetzera, and contemporary questions of Prince Harry, future return to UK, and wedding of Prince Mateen and his relationship with a twin flame soul, Anisha. So it will be added to my playlist Royal Secrets. You are welcome to check it out, and don't forget to check out the short versions of this long video of today. And as well, we have today the guest, the Ghost Box talk with the Prince Rudolph, trying to explain the story of the accident in Marling and his last day of living. What's that? A suicide of a range or murder, or was it just an accident about the eliminating unwanted pregnancy with his lover Maria Vetzera? Welcome to check it. The first 1 hour dedicated to Prince Rudolph case, and the short news about Harry and Prince Mateen are here as well. I'm going to put time frames so later on when it's downloaded. And now welcome the questions, guys, and welcome your comments. When it's downloaded as a video, welcome the comments. And don't forget to check as well the short version of this. So here it is. Again, guys, hit the like if you like the material, share with your friends. And when you subscribe, don't forget to put the alarm bell for the next live stream, where there is always a giveaway, free pendulum, and as well the readings Short mini readings are on total sale, comparing with the full price in private link. Thank you for any kind of donation supporting this channel by PayPal, buy me the coffee and coffee.com. Links are in description about me. Kisses to all. Peace and love, guys. And don't forget to pray for these little souls that they left the life and planet Earth in such a distress. For all the lovers that they left uh, this planet Earth in such a terrific way. And as well, let's bless the, the future one, just married one, Prince Mateen, to have a good luck in prosperous family. Amen.